Welcome to All the Balls. We talk sports here. My name's Jeff. Let's get into the video. So last week I did create a video, but I didn't publish it because I said this. Cubs and Indians right now are playing the World Series. The Indians are currently 3-1 up, and they are on the cusp of winning their first championship since 1948. Now, I could be completely wrong about this prediction, but the way that the Indians are pitching, it just all adds up to a Cleveland Indians World Series championship. Now, after I made the video, I was very hesitant to put it up, and it turns out I had a right to be. Because the Chicago Cubs, the most cursed franchise in American sports history, finally won a World Series. Coming back from 3-1 down, seems like nobody's safe when they're up 3-1 anymore, to win the World Series. 108 years. It was probably the most compelling game in World Series history. I wouldn't say it's the greatest, unlike some other people, but definitely the most compelling considering the storylines and what was at stake. As American sports fans, we have been so spoiled this year. Between the Cavaliers breaking the 52-year drought on one side, and then the Cubs winning the World Series. Is the apocalypse going to happen or not? It's just been a fantastic year when it comes to the sports. So, congratulations, Chicago Cubs. 108 years. Unbelievable. I'm not a Cubs fan, but as a sports historian, I love the fact that the curse of the Billy Goat's over, and now we can figure out how to get my New York Knicks to win a championship in my lifetime. Because that seems to be the next thing that's going to be year after year after year. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about, Russell Westbrook versus Kevin Durant. That happened on Thursday night, and the game went the way that I thought it was going to go. You got 4 All-Stars on one side, you got Russell Westbrook and not much help on the other. I get Victor Oladipo, but he's not the offensive player that Durant or Steph Curry or Klay Thompson or Draymond Green are. It was a very lopsided game. Durant had 39 points. He had 29 in the first half, and he got extremely into the game after he got dunked on by Jeremy Grant, who, by the way, nice dunk, but don't tug Superman's cape. For the good of your team, don't do that. Unless you're Russell Westbrook dunking all over Kevin Durant. You know what I mean. I know that Westbrook said that he didn't mean for this to be this way, or that he wears what he wants pre-game or whatever it is, but I love that he walked into the stadium wearing a photographer's vest. One of Kevin Durant's hobbies is photography, which, subtle shots, take what you will out of it. But the game itself isn't what I wanted to talk about. Why the hell is Kevin Durant still talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder as if they did something bad to him? Let it go, man. It's gotten to a point where you hear these things come out of this guy's mouth, and you're like, this is not the same guy that we watched in Oklahoma City the last 9 years. He was a quiet person, and now he's just spewing on left and right things, and it's getting to the point where you just want to tell the guy, please stop talking. It seems to me that he's kind of in a stage of regretting his decision because he doesn't want to get looked at as the bad guy. If you're going to a team that the previous year went 73-9 and was a Kyrie Irving 3 and LeBron James foul shot away from winning the championship, if you go to that team and you lost to them, by the way, you're going to be the villain because of that reason. You're not going to be the villain because you left Oklahoma City. It's going to be because you left Oklahoma City to go to that team. And numerous times, people from Oklahoma City have said, why are you saying this about us? We still love you here. In particular, I want to tip my hat to Russell Westbrook for keeping his mouth shut. Westbrook is one of those guys that is very emotional. He believes it all out on the court. But for God's sake, I don't know how he's holding it together right now in terms of not responding to what Durant said. Kudos of being the better man. And I'm not saying Kevin Durant's a bad guy. I'm just telling him, shut up and play basketball. You made your choice. Just live with it. Last thing I want to get into is some soccer stuff. I really love soccer. I really love watching it. I'm a Manchester City fan through and through. And as I say, Manchester City, they beat Barcelona this week. The best team in the world when it comes to soccer clubs. And if you're hearing me say soccer, I do prefer to talk about it saying football, but because we're in America, we say soccer, so I'm going to say soccer. So anyway, I listened to that game, and it was amazing. Barcelona scored right off the bat. Of course, Lionel Messi took it down the field, a couple tiki-taka passes, and now he slots into the back of the net. It looked like a typical Barcelona victory. Manchester City just took over the second half of that game. Kevin De Bruyne with a beautiful free kick into the corner. And then Gundogan following what could have been an Aguero chest bump into the goal. I will probably put this as the second best thing that's ever happened to Manchester City, behind the final day, which got me into soccer, by the way. That was the first game I ever watched. But I'm being nostalgic. That is an incredible, incredible win by Manchester City. And I can't speak, by the way, on the opposite end of Manchester United, who continue to falter in the Europa League, which I am ecstatic about. But objectively speaking, what are you doing, Jose Mourinho? This guy needs to understand that when he brings in a big-name player, he needs to put him in the position that they are best at. Paul Pogba is a center attacking mid. He is creative with the ball, he's big, and he knows where to put the ball. He should not be playing defense. And for that matter, why is Mkhitaryan on the bench? This is what you do, Jose. You start Mkhitaryan and you put him on the right side. You put Rashford on the left, and you put Paul Pogba in the middle and let him create for those three guys. And you have the other two who are relatively good crossers put it into that giant poacher that you have in the middle, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Simple as that. Stop playing from the back and defensively when you have guys who are clearly attacking players. Your back four is good enough, considering what they were in years past and considering how past coaches like Louis van Gaal had them playing. Your defense is not the problem. It's your offense. You need to push the ball up and let the players who are creative create. Also, take Wayne Rooney out. Stop playing Wayne Rooney. He's a legacy player, I get it. Manchester United fans love him, and rightfully so. He's done so much for that franchise. But the guy needs to sit down. He's too old now. I'm not saying that to be mean to Wayne Rooney. You have him in a spot that's not beneficial to your club. Now, I think that even though Ibrahimovic is also up there in age, I think that Rooney would be well placed coming off the bench as a passable replacement for Ibra when he's tired or there's a game where they're well ahead. Play Rooney at striker as a bench sub. So anyway, that's going to do it for this week's video. If you have anything that you guys want me to talk about that's gone on during the week, leave them in the comments down below. I kind of want to do something where you guys tell me what to talk about, and I will talk about it and give it my general opinion in the sports world. But other than that, I'll be trying to do videos every weekend, and yeah, see you next time. Take care.